morning. You already know it's about that time. Mm, mm, mm. Mm-hmm. Man, I didn't even put the GPS on. My fault, y'all. See, I'm on the Jersey Shore. Shout out to the Jersey Shore. Appreciate you. Good morning. About to do the thing this morning. As y'all know, live stream. Got about a 2-hour ride home. A little bit less. So glad y'all could be here this morning joining me as we get into this thing. Really, today is going to be an open discussion show. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we can talk about, but we do have a main topic. But y'all know after that, it's up. I know it's early, so a lot of y'all probably still asleep. A lot of y'all gonna catch the replay. And whenever you do, the only thing that I ask from you is that you hit the like button. If you haven't hit that notification bell, make sure you do so you stay alerted when we go live and do these lives and all that good stuff. But good morning. Let me know you up in here. And please hit that like button on your way in and on your way out. I would greatly appreciate that. It costs you nothing. And it helps me greatly. It really does. It helps me greatly. Okay. But yeah, so I'm just getting off work. Got a nice little drive ahead. And the work was smooth. The drive. The drive is not even that bad, especially when I'm doing a show. But I don't even call it a show. I call it more so talking to y'all, having a discussion. Open dialogue. Make it a little bit easier with the drive, because when I used to drive from my house to Lansing, it was way shorter. It was like an hour and 20 minutes, and that would feel like forever. That would feel like forever. So I'm happy that I got y'all rocking with me this morning. But we're gonna talk about it, because I had a conversation with a nurse last night, and she was saying, now I don't know how true this is, and even though I haven't done no research, I could possibly see talks of this happening. I don't know if it will happen. I mean, the show is obviously called Grandfather, and today's show is like, well, do y'all think LPNs will be grandfathered into RN positions in the future? As I told y'all yesterday, the UK is trying to shorten the length of nursing school and becoming a physician. They're trying to shorten those lengths because they just don't have the people. They don't have enough. They are trying to meet the demand. It's a lot of people still out here that's getting sick every day, and they need people to help take care of the sick. So, I know LPNs are in a hospital now. In America, LPNs are back in a hospital. I don't know if they necessarily ever left completely, but they definitely in there now. And just by the way they paying them, I'm not cool with how they do LPNs with the pay in the hospital. That's kind of crazy. But a nurse told me yesterday, she said back in World War II, a lot of LPNs will get grandfathered in the RN positions. Now, I don't know how true this is, but, maybe she just telling me some stuff that she thought she knew or somebody else knew, but I don't know how true that is, if it's even true at all. But if it is true, then that's cool. So I wanted to ask the audience, do they feel like that's something that will happen in the future? Drop the top. Do they feel like that's something that will happen in the future? I believe a case could be made for it. I believe a case could be made for it. I believe that LPNs could make a case for it. I don't know how they would do it. I don't know. I don't think it would even be up to the LPNs. I think more so it would. I think these hospitals and stuff will have to come together as a conglomerate and demand the Board of Nursing to do something like that, to offer some kind of training or stuff like that. But see, the catch with that is it's gonna cut out a lot of paper for the schools and everything like that. That's gonna cut out a nice amount of paper for the schools. But I can see a case honestly being made because, like I said yesterday, and like I've discussed on previous shows in the past, if people with a bachelor's degree can go into school with no prior nursing experience, no prior nursing knowledge, they can go to school and get a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing within a year. I think that's low-key a slap in the face to LPNs, like real talk. And I'm not talking ADN, I'm talking BSN. Because yes, LPNs can go get an ADN within a year. They can do that. But even in Ohio, I saw an article yesterday, or today actually, this morning, and Ohio's talking about some taking out, there's no longer a need for BSN anymore. Susan says you agree it's definitely a slap in the face. I do think it's a slap in the face. I really do, because when people say, well, it's because they got the credits, and so what? How does not having a whole nursing license not even count as the credits for a 1-year BSN program? You dig? So that's what I'm not feeling. Another question would be the whole argument with that LPNs being grandfathered in. What would the qualifications be? That will cut out so much money for the education system. They'll be like, I could see the education systems and the schools trying to fight that, because now you messing up their bread. So my thing is, what would the qualifications be if they decided to let that happen? If it was up to you, what would the qualifications be to be grandfathered into an RN position? Now, I know it's going to be some people that say, oh, well, they need to do it the old-fashioned way, and they need to do it, and nobody's denying that. But all I'm saying is that with the need becoming how it is, and people not even being able to get into certain schools because a lot of people feel like nursing school is gate kept, and people simply not wanting to do it. Would that make sense? Would that be the next practical step to quite possibly fulfill the roles and fulfill the needs in the hospital, to grandfather LPNs as RNs, give them their license, not no rinky-dink temporary, no. If you get grandfathered in, you a straight up RN. Now I can see that causing a lot of problems, especially in today's modern era. I can see that causing problems for sure. But most of the problems are going to come from pettiness, if that was ever a thing. I'm not mad at anybody that feels like, nah, you should just do it the traditional way. But I can honestly definitely see a point. I can see a point for why somebody will be interested and why they will want to do that. I can see a case for it. Would I take that offer? It depends on what they offering with that. Because I could see a situation now where hospitals, where if they somehow got a need for RNs and they train you, I could definitely see them locking you into like a contract for like 5-6 years. And that I'm not with. That's not happening. No sir. I'm good. I will stay at LPN and go the regular route. I will stay at LPN and go the regular route, because you know it's going to be all kinds of red tape around that whole thing, and I can just see it now. You know, people fighting, getting into it. Oh, you're not a real nurse. You was grandfathered in. You a fake nurse. All that kind of stuff. So I can really just see a bunch of problems coming from that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they came with a decent qualification list, and you know you ain't gotta be no slave, then I'm all for it. I'm 100% all for it if you don't gotta be no slave and everything like that. But I could definitely see the hospitals trying to pull something like that. I can see it. I can see them trying to pull something like that. Oh, all right, you want to be grandfathered in? Cool. You gotta work for us for a year. After a year, you gonna get your regular RN rate. I can see all type of bullshit going on with that. And I didn't mean to. This video ain't gonna get monetized. But I can just see all kind of red tape around it, and I'm just like, I don't know. But what do y'all think? Do y'all feel like the people that's watching? Shout out to my nephew, Swin, in the building. Do y'all feel like LPNs, if the need arises, which is already here, but if the need becomes greater, because we are scheduled to lose almost 1 million nurses within 10 years, 700,000 within 4, should LPNs be grandfathered in? What should the qualifications be? Now, if it was up to me, or everyone, we need 10 likes. I appreciate that. Yeah, can we get some like? Can we get them 10? Oh, snap! I hit a bird, y'all. I hit a bird, bro. That bird dead in the mug messing with me. It hit my window. Good morning. Sounds like the hospital, they will allow you to become an RN, but they can only their facility for 20 years. See, yeah, I can see them trying to pull some stuff like that. Nah, if that's the case, then I ain't with that. So last night, when my colleague was telling me about how in World War II, LPNs were grandfathered into RN positions because the need was just so great. The need was so great, and that got me to thinking, because I saw an article this morning, and a hospital in Ohio is getting rid of the need for BSN, so they don't care if you have a BSN or not, as long as you got an RN degree, as long as you got an RN license. That's all they care about. They don't care about that. That's all. And if I'm a person that paid $80,000 for my BSN, that will piss me off. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all, bro. That will piss me off. I will legit be pissed. If I spent that much money and now you telling me my degree don't even mean shit now. If I spent that much money to go the extra mile and now you telling me my degree means absolute, I ain't gonna say it don't mean anything, because you still got some hospitals that, you know, that feel like that, but yeah. But I would be upset. I would, well, I ain't gonna say upset, but I would feel some type of way. Especially if I done spent all that money. Boy, that son, boy. If I done spent all that money. So I'm just, you know, should that happen? But if I was in charge, I would say, in order to get grandfathered in, I would say you have to be an LPN for at least 5 years. That would be one qualification. I wouldn't pay 80K for a BSN. No. Oh, they do it. You might not would. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. But it's a lot of people paying out the ass for a BSN. It's a school in Michigan called Arizona College. $90,000. I said, go delete yourself. I wish I would pay that much for a BSN degree. Out of your mind. You 100% out of your mind. There's a lot of people paying that much though. A lot of them. Because they be on some fast track stuff. And if you're getting fast track, you going to a private college, you already finna pay out the butt. That's what I understand about these community colleges, man. Like, and I know some that's not in Michigan, rather. They have more than one start date per year. A lot of these community colleges only have one start date per year to do their RM, like the LP and the RM program. That is so crazy to me. That is so crazy. One start date per year? That's why these community colleges are losing to the private colleges. Because at least with the private school, I know that, okay, if something happened and I need to, something happened, life happened, I got to stop for a semester or something like that, I don't have to wait until the semester roll all the way back around to pick up where I left off at. That's why a lot of community colleges are losing right now. And these private colleges, they popping up out of nowhere. That's why you can have a fake nurse school down in Florida. Because the need is so great. And people not trying to wait a year and a half, 2 years, just to be on a wait list and go to school. That's craziness. That's why you can have a fake school pop up in the mall and they can just slap nursing school on it and people will pay $15,000 and risk their freedom and risk their livelihood because they don't want to be on the waiting list for 2-3 years. When you only got a program that starts once a year, that's crazy to me. And this is a need of the public. This is the need of the public. And you only got one start date per year. That's why a lot of these private colleges are winning. We got private colleges in Ohio and here. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to charge $50,000. Like for the LPN program here, they charge like 25. Well, no, I think they charging like 20,000 for the LPN program. But like back in the day, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, I remember hearing cats paying $30,000 to do the LPN program. I remember that. And I don't know what it is right now. Well, from what I'm hearing, like Dorsey, places like that, they're around like 25, 26. And I know they LPN program for a fact is $2,300. I mean, that's not 23, but $23,000. You know what I'm saying? For your LPN and then your LPN and RN. So, damn, that sun's right. My bad, y'all. I gotta put the visor down for a second because the sun is beaming on the player eyes. You did, but I'm just like a lot of this stuff is crazy because, and then another excuse they'll make is that they don't have enough faculty to do it. Well, you got to start giving these teachers incentives to come up in these schools and teach, because these teachers not making no money like that teaching. It's just like, why would I go into a classroom teach when I can go out here and get a bag at the bedside or work from home in the comfort of my own home doing something else, or go work for the insurance company? No, you gotta give these teachers an incentive. I would not do a screw the hospital. You gotta give these people an incentive. For real, for real. It's a crazy situation though. It's about to be wild though. I'm sure it won't happen within the next couple of years, but I say it might be, they probably already starting to talk about it. I could see that happening within like at least 5 years though. If it get that bad, I could definitely see that happening. Where they present something to the table, they come at you with that brown paper bag and be like, look, I got an RN license in here for you, but You can't work for no other hospital for 10 years. And you got to sign a contract to work for us. Nah, bro. You're going to have to come better than that. But I wonder how the RNs would feel. There's so many Wi-Fi insurance jobs on here, but some of my nursing friends don't like it because they feel. Put another comment so I can see, because I didn't get the very last part. But yeah, I mean, the bedside is gonna be the place where you can always get your bag, like where you can always get a good bag. That's just what it is, but that's just what it is. But you know, everybody not trying to do bedside. It's not about the money. It's not always all about the money for some nurses, which is crazy to me. But you know, to each their own. And they just rather be comfortable working a little desk job or doing the insurance for $70,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, and that's cool if they like that. But they're trying to get to where that paper flow. But I wonder how the RNs would feel about that. Can you imagine being an RN, paying all that money for your degree? The next thing you know, you got some LPNs coming in because they was grandfathered in, didn't have to go to school, didn't have to pay no fees, no tuition, and all that kind of stuff. Man, I can see the turmoil now. But I'm like, shoot, would you rather have that or rather be short and have a bunch of fake nurses from all over the place? Me personally, if I was an RN, I wouldn't give a damn. Because that check ain't affecting me. Whatever they doing ain't affecting my bread, so. Because it's not like it's even enough LPNs to fill that kind of need. It's only licensed in the country. They say it's only around 200,000. And and half of them is not even practicing. So the need is great. And we're not even talking about this, like the LPNs that's working, that's not working in the hospital, because the hospital got the needs. You know, so even if every LPN decided that they wanted to get grandfathered in, it still wouldn't do much. It wouldn't do much. Sure. So would y'all take that deal though? So if they offered you that deal, what kind of qualification or what kind of checks and balances would you be okay with? What kind of stipulations would you be all right with? I would say, like I said, if you've been a nurse, LPN 5 years, and you maybe got to commit to the hospital for a year, maybe 2 years, that might not be so bad. I wouldn't take that because I don't want to be committed to nothing or nobody. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this nurse thing, I don't want to be committed to no company to where I have to be there, or if I don't, they can possibly sue me. And nah, I'm good on that. Good on that. Because that gotta start valuing our worth. Just trust me. They know how much you worth. If they do that, there should be a requirement, LPN minimum 10 years experience, maybe more. Wow, 10 years? That's a lot. I say 5. I would say 5 years. 10 years, that's a lot. I say 5 years, maybe you gotta commit to the hospital for a year. And then after that, you know, you good. You know, maybe 2 years at the max, but But what's on y'all mind this morning? What's on y'all mind this morning? Got one more shift and I'm done. I'm off a day. Running back up, off a day, then I think I gotta work 4 more after that. Killing them right now. Definitely killing them right now. Getting to that bag, but I tell you, this is a crazy world, though. And then it was another nurse. I gotta put a story up. What's up with all these nurses trying to sneak in contraband to these prisons? What's up with that? Do these nurses be that stigmatized by the inmates that, again, they risking to fumble the bag? If you go look at my shorts in the shorts feed, you'll see that clip where the police or a security guard and a nurse was sneaking in contraband to the inmates. And now both of their careers is ruined. Both of their careers is ruined. Simply because you just want to slip in contraband and you can't just let them situations go. I don't know much about, they didn't talk about the situation in detail. So we don't know if the nurse possibly, was in an intimate relationship or the cop was in an intimate relationship with the inmates or whatever, but I can imagine so. If you willing to throw your whole ish away, I could definitely imagine so. So, shoot, man, that's the crazy world, though. I'm gonna bring this back because I gotta make a call real quick. I'm gonna bring this back in about 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna make this call. I'll holler at y'all in a second.